If you don't manage your money will never work for you. There is a saying in finance: if you don't manage your money will never manage your future. Most people think personal finance is only about becoming rich, but that is not the first purpose of managing money. The first purpose is protection, because even if you never lose a single dollar, inflation can slowly take your wealth away. Think about this. The money sitting in your bank account today does not have the same power 10 years from now. Why? Because prices increase over time. The cost of food, the cost of housing, the cost of healthcare, the cost of everything you need to live. That is inflation. Inflation means the purchasing power of your money decreases. Your bank account balance might stay the same, but what that money can buy becomes smaller. Imagine you have $100,000 today. If inflation averages around 3% every year, after 10 years, that same $100,000 may only have the purchasing power of around $74,000 today. The number did not disappear, but its value did. And this is something many people never understand. Saving money is important, but simply saving money is not always enough, because money that sits still slowly loses its strength. That is why investing is not only about making more money, it is also about protecting the money you already worked hard for. Your paycheck represents your time. Your time represents your life. So learning how to manage money is not optional. It is a life skill. And here is the good news. You do not need to be rich to start managing your money. You do not need a six-figure salary. You do not need thousands of dollars sitting in your account. A person making $3,000 a month can build better financial habits than someone making $10,000 a month. Because wealth is not created by income alone. Wealth is created by behavior. The question is not, how much money do you make? The question is, what do you do with the money you make? Because two people can earn the same amount and end up with completely different futures. One person spends everything. The other person builds assets. 10 years later, their lives look completely different. So before you invest, you need to understand one important concept: the difference between assets and liabilities, because your financial future depends on which one you collect. An asset is something that puts money into your pocket. Examples: investments, dividend-paying stocks, rental properties; a business, intellectual property, skills that increase your income, anything that creates future value. A liability is something that takes money away from you. Examples: high interest credit card debt, unnecessary loans, expensive cars you cannot afford, lifestyle expenses that constantly increase, luxury purchases that create payments but no income. Remember this: assets make you money. Liabilities cost you money. The goal is not to own nothing. Goal is to make sure your assets grow faster than your expenses. Because many people make one major mistake. They buy things that look like wealth instead of things that create wealth. A luxury car may look successful, but if it requires a huge monthly payment, it is not building your freedom. An investment account may look boring, but if it grows year after year, it is quietly changing your future. The wealthy understand this difference. They do not focus on looking rich. They focus on becoming financially strong. So how should an average person organize their money? One simple framework is the 403-020-10 rule. It is not a perfect formula for everyone, but it creates a strong financial foundation. The first 40%, use it for wealth building. This money is designed to create your future. Examples: retirement accounts, index funds, ETFs, real estate investments, building a business, learning valuable skills. This is the money that moves you from only earning income to building ownership. The second 30%, use it for living expenses, housing, food, transportation, utilities, daily needs. This is the money that supports your current lifestyle. The mistake many people make is allowing this category to grow endlessly. Every time they earn more, they immediately spend more. A higher salary becomes a bigger apartment. A bigger apartment becomes more expensive furniture. More money becomes more expenses. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it is one of the biggest reasons people stay financially stuck. The third 20%, emergency savings. This money gives you protection because life is unpredictable. Cars break down, jobs disappear. Medical emergencies happen. Without savings, one unexpected event can destroy years of progress. An emergency fund gives you something extremely valuable: peace of mind. The fourth 10%, protection and risk management. This includes insurance, health insurance, life insurance, disability insurance, things that protect you and your family from unexpected situations. Many people ignore this because they think nothing bad will happen to me. But financial planning is not about expecting problems. It is about being prepared when problems appear. Now let's talk about different ways people invest their money. The first option, savings accounts. This is one of the safest places for money. It provides liquidity, meaning you can access your money easily. The problem is, the return is usually low. And if inflation is higher than your savings rate, your money loses purchasing power. Savings accounts are important, but they are usually for short-term needs, not long-term wealth building. The second option, bonds. Bonds are generally considered more stable investments. You are essentially lending money to governments or companies and receiving interest in return. They are usually less risky than stocks, but the potential return is also lower. Bonds are often used by investors who want stability. The third option, index funds and ETFs. For many everyday investors, this is one of the most popular long-term strategies. Instead of trying to guess which company will win, you invest in a collection of companies. For example, an S&P 500 index fund gives exposure to hundreds of large American companies. The idea is simple. Instead of betting on one company, you participate in the growth of the overall market. This approach requires patience. It is not about getting rich quickly. It is about allowing time and consistency to work. The fourth option, real estate. Real estate can create wealth through appreciation and rental income. Many wealthy people build assets through property ownership. But real estate also requires knowledge. Location matters. Financing matters. Management matters. A property is not automatically an asset. A bad investment can become a financial burden. The fifth option, individual stocks. Stocks can create significant wealth. Many successful investors built fortunes through owning great companies. But stocks also carry risk. Prices can rise quickly. Prices can fall quickly. Without knowledge, research, and emotional control, many people make decisions based on fear and greed. They buy when prices are high because everyone is excited. They sell when prices are low because everyone is afraid. Successful investing requires patience. The sixth option, high-risk investments. Things like options trading, futures, and speculative assets. These can create huge gains, but they can also create huge losses. Many beginners are attracted because they see stories of people becoming rich overnight, but they rarely see the people who lost everything. Fast money is attractive, but sustainable wealth is usually built slowly. The truth is, there is no single perfect investment. The right choice depends on your goals, your age, your income, your risk tolerance, your financial situation. The biggest mistake is not choosing the wrong investment. The biggest mistake is never learning how money works, because financial intelligence is a skill. Nobody is born knowing how to manage money. Nobody is born understanding investing. It is learned. Just like speaking, just like driving, just like building a career. People who become financially successful are usually not people with special abilities. They are people who spent years learning. They understand money. They control emotions. They make decisions based on long-term goals. And the earlier you start, the more time you give yourself. Remember, money sitting still is losing power. Money managed wisely can create opportunities. Your first goal is not becoming a millionaire overnight. Your first goal is becoming someone who understands money. Because once you understand money, you stop working only for money. You start building a system where money can work for you. So start small. Track your spending. Build savings. Learn investing. Buy assets. Avoid unnecessary debt. Give your future self a chance. Because financial freedom does not happen because of one lucky moment. It happens because of thousands of smart decisions repeated over time. Your future wealth is being created by what you do with your money today.